Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq guy. Today's video is a little unexpected, but I just wanted to get it out there as soon as I could because I think it's going to be coming much more prevalent in the coming month with temperatures starting to really drop. And what I'm talking about is the 12 volt issue with Ioniq 5s. I don't know if it's happening with EV6s or GV60s as well, but it's pretty well documented to be an issue with Ioniq 5s. And what this issue is going to get in your car, doors don't operate, inside doesn't turn on, everything's dead. 12 volt battery, completely drained, not being charged by the high voltage traction battery. So in the last week, I've heard from at least 4 Ioniq 5 owners who've had the car for almost all of 2022 and haven't experienced this issue. Now all of a sudden they're going to get in their cars and they're having dead 12 volts. And this got me nervous about myself because I've had the car for 10 months now and I haven't come across this issue. So I went ahead and I bought a 12 volt battery jumper. And I did this out of strictly caution. I don't want to come out of my office and find my car to be completely dead. 1, it's an inconvenience, and 2, it makes electric cars look bad. And honestly, this is a bad issue with Ioniq 5s, and Hyundai's not being very forthcoming with telling us about what's going on. And people are bringing their cars to dealerships. The dealerships don't know what's going on. So this needs to be addressed, and I don't think it's being addressed. So I wanted to put that out there for you guys. There is an issue with 12 volt charging system, and it has to do with the fact that the battery doesn't charge below around 30%. So if your high voltage battery is at 30% or less, it's not going to be charging the 12 volt battery any longer. So if you already have a 12 volt battery and you park the car at a state of charge around 30% or less, that 12 volt's not getting charged. If you have something in the car that's drawing from the 12 volt battery, from the cigarette outlet or a USB port, and it brings it down just enough that it's unrecoverable, the battery could be completely destroyed at that point. And all in all, I'm just really nervous about this. I don't want to see any of you have to deal with this. But on the side of caution, I would suggest that if you don't want to be waiting for a tow truck or having to have your car parked at a dealership for weeks on end, getting inspected or looked at or whatever the hell they're doing, get a 12 volt jumper just in case. So this one from Top Vision, it had a lot of reviews on Amazon. I think it was $68. I think it was 21,000 milliamp hours. It has a capacity of 77 watt hours. Says starting current 1,000 amps, which doesn't really matter for an EV. So it can be charged with a USB-C. This is a barrel style connector for outputting power. It has 2 USB-As, flashlight, and then obviously this adapter plugs into the front here, and this is how you charge the battery quickly. So I did just test this out on my riding lawnmower because the 12 volt battery on that I've had for 6 years and it's completely dead. It won't turn over the engine anymore. And with putting the mower away for the season, I want to put off buying a new 12 volt until next summer. So I just jump started it with this, and it started immediately. So this does seem to work quite well. So I'm going to store this in my frunk just in case I have this issue. So one of my viewers, a longtime friend of the channel, Aaron from Long Island, he messaged me yesterday, said he just is having this issue over and over and over. The car won't charge the battery anymore. So he shot a little video, about a minute and a half here, walking over exactly what you have to do if you experience this problem. So let's go to Aaron.
Okay, so I'm here with my 2022 Ioniq 5 SEL, and I've had a dead 12 volt battery since Thursday. It's now Tuesday. I have no power. I actually took the key out so I can unlock the door behind the handle here. So the door is unlocked. I have a, I'm gonna pop the trunk here. You can see there's no power. I have no power. Nothing's working, no lights, no screens, everything's dead. I have a Mophie Power Station Go that I keep up in the front here. And this is how I get my car started after a few minutes of it sitting. So here's the power station. It's got a couple USB ports, battery indicator, a little power outlet, and a flashlight, which is great for at night. I'm gonna pop the terminal covers off here, connect negative and the positive, and this is, doesn't matter which one you do first because there's no power just yet. Make sure it's nice and solid. And then I'm gonna press the power button right here. You hear a little click and you hear everything start going. And there, we have power. You can't just disconnect the battery connectors, you have to actually start the car. And now we have power. Everything seems to be working once I get it started. What's good about the power station is you don't have to worry about disconnecting it. It automatically shuts off. I just disconnect the terminals, pack it back up, close the cover, and I keep doing this until I bring it to Hyundai. Hopefully that helps anyone that has any trouble with their Ioniq 5 dead 12-volt battery.
So thanks for sharing that with us, Aaron. This is useful information. If you own an Ioniq 5, I really do suggest getting one of these just as a backup, just in case. Hyundai really needs to figure this one out because this is getting ridiculous at this point. This issue has been going on all year, and this issue obviously hasn't been resolved yet. We just had a new software update, which has already been pulled within 2 days of being released. So who knows what's happening with that? Maybe they found more issues with that. I don't know at this point. Some of these issues are getting really irritating with this car. And I love the car, but at a certain point, when you just continue to have issue after issue after issue, you got to say enough is enough. And they need to figure this out. And they need to be more forthcoming with us with what is going on, because if the dealerships don't know what's going on either, then Hyundai's engineering really needs to talk to us and put out a statement saying, hey, we know there's an issue. Put out a TSB that says, hey, there's this known issue. It's a problem. We're working on it. That's all they need to do, but we're not getting anything from them. So I don't know at this point. All I can do is recommend that you guys have a backup solution just in case you do have a 12 volt. And I'm completely assuming that this issue is only going to get worse now that temperatures are dropping and the batteries start to not perform as well as they do in the summertime. So be prepared if you live in a cold climate, especially. So if you've had this issue, comment down below. Let everybody here know what your experience was. Was it in the summertime? Was it during cold weather? Did you have a bunch of accessories plugged into the car that might be causing the problem? So really, guys, if you guys start experiencing this issue, reach out to me. Send me an email at theioniqguy@gmail.com. Send me a message on Instagram. Leave a comment down below. The more instances of this I have, I can really show this to Hyundai and say, hey, we've got a serious problem. You guys need to address it. And I did talk to them earlier this year, and they told me they know there's an issue and they were looking into it, but it's been radio silence since then. But clearly it's becoming a bigger issue now that temperatures are dropping. All I can say is if this issue starts happening to my car, I'm going to be really on their tails because I don't have any accessories plugged into my car. I use the USB port in the front for Apple CarPlay, and I have a dash cam, but the dash cam has a battery, so it's not drawing anything from the car when it's turned off. And anyway, it's tied into the HomeLink mirror anyway, and that doesn't get power when the ignition is off. So there's really no reason it should be happening to my car. So anyway, guys, keep me posted. Fingers crossed for you that you don't have this issue. Let me know if you do, and we'll try to get to the bottom of it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.